Hello everybody, it's me Reena. You're watching Rachel's Network. This is part 6 of Scratch tutorial and today we are going to explore the events block. So do watch the video until the end because I have something very interesting for you all. Yes, in today's video we are going to learn about the broadcasting message. So using these broadcasting message, we will make the ballerina dancer dance on the stage. Yes, today we all coders are going to make the ballerina dance by using the simple codes. Okay, so if you haven't watched the previous videos, please do check. The link is given in the description box below. If you're watching my video for the very first time, please do support my channel by subscribing it and hitting the bell notification so that you get notified whenever I upload my next video. So without wasting time, let's move on to the video. So friends, this is how our Scratch offline version looks like. So as I said, today we will be learning the events block. So these are the events block, and these events block, with this we will be using our motion, looks and sound as well. So please, if you haven't watched the video, please check. The link is given in the description box below because you will not understand it properly if you haven't watched the previous videos. So in this we will see what are the events. So until now I just told you about the basics. Now we are going into the games and animations, how to generate that will be learned in the upcoming videos because now we have gone into advanced blocks. Okay, so until now it was only the basic blocks that we saw. So now we are going into the advanced blocks. So everything, whatever you start, you should start. You know that when we click on the flag, it will start, and when you click on the stop, it will stop, or otherwise it will stop automatically. So for all the codes, you know that we need to have when the flag is clicked, right? So when the flag is clicked, so three options we actually have in this. I'll show you all together. When the flag is clicked, when the space key is pressed, and when sprite is clicked. Okay, so let's check this one by one. So whenever the flag is clicked, so anything you can select from these. So I just want to show move 10 steps. Okay, whenever I click on the flag, I want the cat to move 10 steps. So inside the sprite cat, we are doing all the codes. Okay, next, when the space bar is clicked, so whenever the space bar on your keyboard, okay, on your keyboard, whenever you click the space bar, so randomly I'm giving anything, you can give as per your requirements. Okay, so I want this cat to go to some random position. So no positions are being selected by me. I want it to move to some random position. And when the sprite is clicked, whenever the sprite is clicked, I want the sprite to turn clockwise 15 degree, that is towards the right 15 degree. So let's check. Okay, so when I click the flag, so let's click the flag and see it's moving 10 steps forward. See, 10 steps forward, 10 steps forward. So this happens when the flag is being clicked. But if I click on the space bar, see, if I am clicking on the space bar, that is when I'm hitting the space bar button on my keyboard, check whether it is moving forward or it's going to some random position. So let's check that. See, it's moving to some random position. It's not moving 10 steps forward. It moved 10 steps forward when the flag is clicked. See, it's moving forward 10 steps forward. Okay, but when I'm clicking on the space bar, it's moving to some random position. But did it turn right towards the right 15 degree any of the times? No. Why? Because it will turn only when the sprite is being clicked. That is when I take my mouse on towards the sprite and I click on the sprite. See, it will turn towards the right 15 degree. Again click, 15 degree turns. Again click. See, it's so easy. So you understood maybe what are the difference. So these codes actually can be used in games. That is, this is not only for space bar. You have many options in this. That is all the keys that you have on your keyboard that are displayed here. See, all the keys that we have. So you might have played sometimes or the other one video game, right? So how you have, for jumping you have up arrow, for going right arrow, down arrow, left, or any of the keys they use to move forward or jump or to sit or squat, whatever you have, you can use this tool. So I hope this code is understood properly. So here, just for example, when the space is clicked, see, it moves to some random position. You can give as per your need or requirement. So when we will do games, that time much better, that is how actually this works in games. But now I guess you understood what is the basic idea behind this code, that is whenever this key is pressed, something happens to this sprite. So here I have given go to some random position. So when I click on the space bar, it moves to some random position. When I click on the flag, it will move 10, that is 10 steps forward, it's moving, see. And when I click on the sprite, it will rotate towards the right 15 degree each time it's being clicked. Very easy, simple. Hope you all understood it. Let's take it back. So just drag and drop it back to remove it. Next, what we will do is, next code that we have is when the backdrop switches to backdrop 1. So this I'll show you maybe in the next tutorial, because for this we will actually use the sensing or the operators also. So now maybe you won't understand it properly. So it's just starting, it will just show you that whenever the backdrop is switched, that is when the backdrop switches to something else, then that is you can show that when your game is getting over, then the backdrop is also changed. That is the backdrop, you can show that game is over, that backdrop can come over there, that is completely you will change, that is the backdrop, the sprite, everything will go out of the code and only the backdrop will come, that is game is over. And if you want, you can restart the game or try again, whatever you want you can display over there. So for that, whenever the backdrop switches, something. So the next code is something very interesting. So when the loudness is greater than 10, okay. So when the loudness greater than 10, from this what it wants to actually say is, it will actually sense my voice, okay. So whenever my sound, that is the loudness of my sound is greater than 10, it will do whatever I say, okay. If it senses my voice, it will do whatever I say. So if in case you want it to, maybe we can take some looks, okay. So I want it to say hello for 2 seconds whenever it hears my voice, okay. For 2 seconds I want it to say whenever it hears my voice, or I can say whenever it senses some sound. So not only my sound, if in this room where I'm sitting, if some sound comes from somewhere, it will actually sense that and it will display hello for 2 seconds. So now I'm talking, as soon as I leave this code with this, it will actually start sensing. So you can see that now my sound is greater than 10, so it will say hello for 2 seconds. See, it is telling hello for 2 seconds. So I'm keeping on speaking now and my volume, yes, exactly, it is greater than 10 now. So after every 2 seconds it's displaying hello. Not only hello, if I'll make some noise like, see, it's sensing that also. It senses that also, okay. So whatever sound it takes which is greater than 10, it will say hello. But if I will now whisper to your in this video, if I'm whispering to my computer, then we will check whether it senses or not, okay. Hello, hello. See, it sensed that also because it was somewhat greater than that, okay. So now I'll whisper again, hello, hello. See, it was greater than 10, okay. So when first initially I said hello, it couldn't sense because I was whispering in a sound lower than 10. If I want to make it greater, maybe 50. Now let me check whether my sound is actually greater than 50. Yes, my loudness is again greater than 50. So maybe I lower my sound. Hello, 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 hello. See, now it was greater than 50, okay. So easy, it's interesting, right? So it is sensing a sound and it is displaying that on the system, okay. Interesting. So this we can use when we create games like whispering to each one's ears, and when someone speaks loudly or whispers loudly, the other one hears and the game is over. So you can actually imagine any kind of games and you can create that using Scratch. And Scratch is something so interesting and easy that you need not write even a piece of code. You have to just imagine and you have to just drag and drop those codes. That's why I said the basic is very important. So all the basic codes, if you learn completely, understand properly, then you can do any kind of code very easily, okay. Hope you understood it. Now is the time when we are going to make the ballerina dance. That is the last today's session. So in this we have last 3 codes over here. You can see when I receive a message, broadcast a message, and broadcast message and wait. Okay, so 3 messages, 3 codes that we are going to use that, and we will make our ballerina dance. So we are all programmers, that is beginners. So I will first try to code like a beginner, and then I will keep on adding some codes into that, so that you better understand that how by self imagination, by self thinking, I'm putting few codes, and how the code, when I insert new codes, how the ballerina dancer changes her movement. So only if I'll do like a beginner, you will all understand it properly. So listen to me very clearly, carefully. Do not skip the video. Okay, do not skip the video, so that you understand it very well. So let's start. So for that, I don't want this cat as my sprite. Maybe we'll search from this. Okay, I'm taking this lady Abby, and I want one more scratch, that is our dancer ballerina. Okay, so these 2 people I want on my stage. So this is my stage. Backdrop, maybe we can take somewhat a stage performance backdrop. So I want a stage. So let's search for a stage here. Do we have a stage? I don't think so. There's a stage. So maybe we can search from here somewhat related to a stage. So I just took this. Okay, so maybe the backdrop is very dark. No, shall we change it? So maybe somewhere here on the beach they are dancing. Okay, so this is a lady named Abby, and this is the dancer. So what actually I want to do is, this lady will ask this dancer to dance, and the dancer will start dancing. Okay, so this is what is actually in my mind, and I want to execute this as a coding. So who is the one who will send the message dance? This lady named Abby will send a code to this girl. So this lady Abby will be the one who will send a message dance to this girl, and I want this girl to dance when she receives the message. Okay, so sending the message is also known as broadcasting the message. Okay, so broadcast means sending. So who is the one sending? Abby will send the message to this ballerina dancer, and when she receives the message, she will start dancing. This is what we want to do. So as I said, we will code like a beginner, so that we understand it better. So first, for which girl we want to write the code? Yes, for this lady Abby. So click on that. Okay, so for whom you want to write the code, click on that. You can see Abby's picture displayed over here. That means we are writing the code for Abby. So Abby is the one who will do what? Who will broadcast the message, right? Broadcast the message. Okay, so whenever I want to start it, so what I said is when the flag is clicked. So whenever the flag is clicked, this particular message will be sent automatically to the girl, and the girl will start dancing, and then it will stop all the code. Okay, so whenever this flag is clicked, all these events will happen one by one. Okay, so the message is broadcasted. So currently the message name is message 1. So if you want, you can change the name of the message so that you understand it. So this message which is getting broadcasted is dance. Okay, so this is actually not displayed anywhere. This is for your understanding, that is, in this code we have only one single message being sent. But if maybe in your program many people are there, and you are the one who is sending many messages to different people, then what happens? Each message should have different names, right? So this is just the name of that message, so that it won't be confusing for you. So this message is actually not displayed anywhere, but this computer actually understands only the codes, right? That is, when it is sending some message, it should understand which message is actually sent to whom. So for that only we are using this. Okay, so this is the instruction or the code used for these animated character. Okay, I hope you understood. So this lady is sending the message dance to whom? To the ballerina dancer. That means now we have to click on the ballerina dancer. You can see this girl ballerina came over here, correct? Now what she will do is she has to receive it. So when I receive, okay, so now we will not put this flag over here. Why? Because the code actually starts where? over here, no, she is the one who is sending the message. So we will start here. That's why we gave only the flag over here in this message. This girl is only receiving the code. So when I receive dance, so here I have only one message. So she is the one who is receiving the code dance. When she receives the code dance, so in the previous video we have already seen what is next costume. That means she will keep on changing her costume. I want this to happen. So costumes, you know that she has many costumes. So she will keep on changing the costumes one by one so that it looks like she is the one who is dancing. Okay, so you want to make her dance on the stage. So for that, the costume should change one by one. That's why we gave next costume. But let's check whether it's working or not. So as I said, we are doing as a beginner. So now you only know that when she receives the message, she has to change her costume so that she will look like she is dancing. So let's check whether this all things are working or not. So when I am clicking on this, you can see she actually moved, correct? And it stopped. So it has stopped. Again, I'll click. She actually moved, but she is actually moving only one time. That is only one step she is performing, right? So the first part is like very correct. That is, she has broadcasted the message and she is receiving the message, but she is changing her costume only once. Why? Because it is being clicked only once and only one time she is receiving the message. Okay, so for that, the controls we will learn in the next video only in detail, but today I will use 3 of the codes from this so that it makes this ballerina dancer dance properly. So for example, if I will use this forever loop that is inside the loop, so what you have to do is just drag and bring it over here so that this comes inside this. Okay, so just drag and put it up. I want this next costume to be inside this. Okay, so forever next costume. Okay, forever next costume. So forever means she will keep on repeating the dance. She will keep on dancing until I stop. Okay, so let's check whether it's working. Yes, she is dancing. The message got broadcasted and she started dancing, dancing, dancing. But don't you think she is too fast? I want to make her somewhat slower. So for that, what I can do is this wait for 1 second is there, right? So after every costume, I want her to wait for a few seconds and then take her step towards the next costume. Okay, so let's check 1 second if I'm keeping what happens. So let's start. See, 1 second is like too longer, right? She is making the moves, but it is too longer. I want it to be little more faster. So only if I'll stop, it will stop because I use the code forever. That is, until I stop, she will keep on dancing and dancing and dancing. Okay, so let me stop her dancing and now let's make it as maybe 0.5 I can keep. And now let's check. Yes, she is dancing properly now. So she is dancing properly. So maybe you understood for what we use this forever and the wait loop, right? You might have understood properly now. Forever means I want her to make dance. Only if I'm using this next costume, what happens? She is going to the next costume, but only once. Why? Because we didn't use any loop. Like forever means it will repeat. This particular loop will repeat the next costume, next costume, next costume, next costume. In that, what happened? When she receives the message, next costume, that is, if she was in costume B, she will only move to costume number C. Or if she was in C, she will move only to costume number D. But forever means from A to B, B to C, C to D, then D to A to B, B to C, C to D. Then why did we give this wait was? Because it was too fast. Like the movements were very fast. So just to control that is in between each costumes, we gave certain time limit so that in this, she has to wait for that many seconds and then only she can perform the next step so that it looks like a dance. Okay, one more fault you can find in this code that we did is whenever I started, as soon as I start, she started dancing. That is, I actually said what was that she will broadcast the message to her and after she receives it, she will start dancing. But you can see what was the fault is as soon as I click, she is dancing. So it's not like she is sending a message. It's like she is looking at her dance. This is what is happening. No? So if you want to modify it, that is, you can go to this Abby and what we can do over here is we actually want her to say this. Okay, so I want her to say, so before broadcasting, I want her to say dance. Ballerina dance. Okay, ballerina dance. I want to say this for maybe 3 seconds, and then I want that particular dancer to dance. So let's check whether this is happening or not. See, ballerina dance is sent, and after she received, she started dancing. Interesting, right? Now I hope you might be understanding the codings better, because now I'm doing it one by one. See, after she sent the message, then only she started dancing. So when I stop, she will stop dancing. Once again, if you want, we can check. Click on the go. You will see ballerina dance. She said, she sent a message, and then after she received, she started dancing. Interesting. But one more thing, she is dancing continuously until I won't stop, she won't stop. But if in case you want to stop after certain time, what you can do is, one more code we have in this, that is this forever. I'll just move it. I'll take this. I just remove this forever from the control. I'll take this repeat. Okay. So repeat, I want to repeat it only 10 times. Okay, 10 times I want this ballerina to change her costumes. So let's check whether this is happening or not. So see, she sent the message, ballerina dance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. See, in the 10th step it stopped. Okay, so she is dancing only 10 steps. That is, only 10 times the costume is being changed. If you want to increase this, you can increase this. I hope the controls 3 code is clear to you. So in the next video, we will again look into this, but I hope this is very clear and easy. So wait means to make that particular character wait for some time. Repeat means it will repeat, but for a particular number of time. And forever means it will keep on repeating that code until I press the stop button. Pretty easy, right? Now I also want some music for this dance. Okay, so that it gets more interesting. So what we can do? We will go to sound, and I will start a sound. Okay, that is when she receives the dance. After she receives the message dance, this song will start playing and she will start dancing. But this is just a pop message. I want to change the sound. So what I'll do is go to sounds. Here we have many options of sound. From here, what you can do is choose a sound, and maybe you can use any, or from the loop I will use maybe this chill. Okay, any sound you can use. I just use this chill sound, and I want to take this into my code. So what we can do is, now I have selected pop, so from here you can change it to chill. So let's check whether something is happening, whether the song is being played while she is dancing. Okay, so ballerina dance, and she started dancing on the music. See, so it depends upon you. Either you can keep your own music, that is upload from your computer, or whatever music is there in this, you can upload that. Okay, so wasn't this interesting? That is the events block. So whenever you start the codes, you have to use the flag button, and there were only few codes in the events block, but actually it were interesting, right? We could make actually animated dance or a story. We can see that is something happened. Abby said her to dance, and then this was just the initial part. Keep connected with me to learn more and more interesting games, animations, much more to learn. Okay, so in the next video, we will explore the control blocks. That is going to be more fun because there are many codes in that, and using that we can create more and more interesting animations and games. So meet you all up in the next video. Until then, it's bye from Reena.